What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Backyard Dad YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to show you why I think the Tundra is a great overland setup and kind of what I've got it, how I've got it set up here to go camping with. I just got back from a trip from Missouri right before the holiday here, and I kind of wanted to just kind of highlight how I've got everything set up for right now and see maybe it'll help you guys out. Let's take a look around. All right, you guys all know my 21 Tundra here that I've got set up for camping. Here I've got the rooftop tent on the back of it. I'm using a CBI kind of bed bars here. I got these on, I think I mentioned earlier in an earlier video here, I got these on Facebook Marketplace for about 200 bucks, which is a great deal. I think they're online at CBI's website for about 600 bucks, and had to paint them up a little bit, but got them set up here with the tent. This is kind of an old school Tepui tent. It kind of unfolds. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see what it looks like. I love this setup. I had it on my old Tacoma. What's great about it here is it sits right below the cab, and I think that's the best setup for these things because you're not getting a lot of wind drag. If you have an SUV or something like that, you know, you get quite a bit of wind drag on them. And this setup here, gas mileage isn't the best with these Tundras, obviously, anyways, but it does much better than obviously if it was just on a big time rack, you know, a full bed rack that went up to the top of the cab, and then this thing sat just above there. The biggest setup inside is my ARB freezer, and I actually had it tethered down here and here in the back with some straps. I had removed this back second seat here so that it fits nicely. I kind of had to level it with the floor, but this way I can kind of keep stuff obviously cold when we're out camping. It's cold right now, right before Thanksgiving. It's out here in the 30s now, but when I went camping over the weekend, it was actually in the 50s. So this thing was money. Now, the way I've got this hooked up, I've got the Jackery tied into this back seat here, and that way I can keep it kind of going all the time. I can keep it going all the time with the 12 volt. That way when I'm driving, you know, it's charging, and then the fridge never turns off, really. It's just pulling from the Jackery. This is just a Jackery 500. This is a cheap one. They're actually on sale this weekend. I'm not affiliated in any way. I do have several of their products, including solar panels, which I think really work really well. Usually on the Jackery 500, which is their smallest one, or one of the smaller ones now, I think these are about 300 bucks. I can typically run this fridge, especially in this weather, for 2 or 3, 4 days, maybe even. Probably 3 days is probably max, especially if I'm driving. Now, if I'm not driving, I'm opening this all the time. You know, maybe it's closer to 2 days. You know, if it's obviously 100 degrees outside, this thing obviously is running quite a bit more, but this is set right now at 35 degrees. There's plenty of space in the back cab. Now, the way I've got this set up, I've got this back folded up right now. Typically, you know, if my dog's coming with us, I'll keep them in the back when I've got my other wild top cover on. But in this case, I had the dog back here just because it obviously has been cold and we're going quite a bit farther distance. So I had her bed in here, and so she could be comfortable. It also gave me some flexibility here when I had to haul another friend's kid around with us while we were camping, and this way I could put these down and still have access, still have plenty of room for seats, and one more passenger obviously up front there. So this is a cool setup. If you got a fridge, I really highly recommend ARB fridges. They're great. I've had this one for several years. Me and my wife love it. We depend on it all the time. It's super robust and rugged. The one thing I'll say, just since we're talking about it, this latch isn't great. You know, pushing it down, you kind of do have to push it down a little bit more to get it to latch, but it's not bad. This is the 63 quart version. As you can see, fits here nicely in the cab of the Tundra. Now, up front here, not a whole lot. One thing I do keep going on when I've got other people with me is I've got radios going, Garmin inReach, because we were off grid with no service. Mentioned on the video before, this console vault, great addition. So that's kind of the setup. This is kind of the post-camping setup. I'm getting ready to put the wild top back on it, but I wanted to show you guys a quick video of the setup of it. Let's take you inside. I want to show you how I've got this thing set up, or how I take it on and off the truck. This is actually a hoist from Amazon that you can get, like if you have extra items that you want to store on the ceiling of your garage. This typically has 2 platforms here that attach to these pulley systems here, right? I've actually got it rigged up here so that I am not using those, and I just put a strap around that tent, unhook it from the truck, put a strap around it, and then I hoist it right up. It's just, I hook a drill to the end of this thing, and it just spins and obviously ratchets up via the pulley system there. Now, I do have weights on it as it sits right now. These are just little 2.5 pound weights, just because when I don't have anything on it, we get a lot of slack in these wire ropes. But this is a great setup. We'll put some B-roll up as I'm cranking the tent off, so you can kind of see how I do it and what I'm doing with it. But Then we can adjust that strap a little bit more with the ratchet to even it out. Hold on. Anyways, guys, that's it for this quick video. Again, just wanted to highlight the Tundra here in its current camping form before I kind of get it back in winter mode. It's cold out here coming into Thanksgiving. The camping season is pretty well done. So again, I just hope this video was helpful. Quick hitting video, but like, comment, subscribe, check out some of my other videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.